Coming home to see his mum.
Hi Jamie, come in.
Oh.
Is the highlight of Jamie's week. With cerebral palsy and epilepsy, he lives in a nearby care home where he receives 24-hour care. Ordinarily, that care allows him to lead an active life.
Yeah.
But when lockdown began in March, that care was cut back. There were not enough carers to take him out, and he was unable to leave the home or receive visitors for 13 weeks.
People like Jamie were just forgotten. There was no mention that these people would need extra support, that maybe they would feel depressed, maybe they would feel anxiety, maybe they would feel scared. For me, my life still went on to a certain degree, but Jamie's life, it just felt like he was just existing.
And are you happy to see your mum again now?
Oh, and we missed him. And it was just basically, he thought that I didn't love him anymore because he couldn't come home.
Since lockdown began in March, 69% of people with a learning disability have had their social care cut. That's despite the fact that for 67% of them, their care needs have increased in that time. And filling that gap in support is falling on family members, with 79% of families saying they are now providing more unpaid care.
We've seen a lot of guidance, for example, in terms of opening pubs and hairdressers, but nothing about opening really vital daytime services and respite care and home care for families who are really struggling to cope at the moment.
Like the day centre Jamie usually attends 3 days a week, which only reopened last week for 1 day. But the government insists the money is there to staff them.
Local authorities already had £3.7 billion, plus there's been extra funding to support the extra costs for social care. So we are getting funding to local authorities and saying to local authorities, you must pass that funding on.
Happy birthday, dear Jamie.
Jamie turns 30 during lockdown, unable to see his family. This was how they celebrated when he was finally allowed to.
You gonna have some pizza tonight?
But while he can now come home, his family fear lockdown returning, with no plan or extra support to make sure Jamie is not locked away again, too.
It's time to go, Jamie.
Daniel Hewitt, News at 10, Durham.